Now, there are ideas which don't lend themselves very well to dollar valuation. There's more subjective measurements of some alternatives. So let's show you one other way that you can do this, and this is by making what we refer to as a prioritization table. I take my alternatives A, B, C, and D, and then I take criteria, factors that I think are important. This one might be growth. This one could be reduced headcount. This might be better public image. This one might be it creates geographic growth. So we have these different factors that we can then measure and give prioritization to these different factors. And here at the end, I'll have a total. So I can do a weighted average where I give extra weight to some factors more than other factors, or I can just do a straight measurement where all I'm doing is saying everything weighs the same, and we're just going to give a score to each one. Now, based on this scoring, I could come up with a score of 35, a score of 60, a score of 20, and a score of 45. So now as I look at this, I can say, well, yeah, B and D are really my top choices, but maybe I could make a BD prime. And if I came up with a BD prime, maybe I get a 75. So then I prioritize the table, ranked from top to bottom, and when I present to my customer, my company sponsor, I don't just show them BD prime, I show them the whole table. I show them each of the options I considered and let them see the relative prioritization. They may have some feelings in here where they felt that the way you graded that wasn't how they would have graded it. And so you can make modifications in here which will change the scores, and you can look and see if it reprioritized the table. A prioritization table allows you to use fact-based analysis, not just fighting over whose opinion is best, but bases it on the data and the work that you did during your project. So we want to be able to have multiple recommendations being considered across the two summaries. We can summarize the recommendations using a prioritization table or using the efficient frontier if we have values where we can create monetary measurements. But it's important that you don't just show them the final recommendation or the final total. You want to show them the whole table. You want them to see what the relative measurements are. You want them to see how the different recommendations lay across the efficient frontier, how the hybrids were different and how the multiple hybrids were different. As they see the variety of answers, it gives them way more confidence that your answer is going to be a good one because they can see how the alternatives were measured. That takes away a lot of the arguments and discussions later because you've shown them how the different alternatives work together so that why your recommendation, when you focus in on your prioritization and on your efficient frontier, you can show them why they are the most valuable. And your company will feel more confidence because they believed you looked at a wider variety of recommendations to get to the recommendation you presented. Efficient frontiers, prioritization tables will create more confidence on the part of the company sponsor in your recommendation. I encourage you to use valuation and multiple recommendations.